Major Music.
What's good? Coming back at y'all with another video, and today we're actually going to be talking about the King of Bass app for iPad, which is going to be a AUV3 analog and sub 808 bass plugin. If this is your first time here, I'd like to talk things such as this, also things like native instruments, machines, expansions, same thing for like a Kai MPC-1, as well as anything production related, and the Major Music Lounge podcast, which is my podcast for creators. You can catch new episodes on Fridays here on this channel, but we not only talk to other like producers, but we also talk to artists. It's a platform for other creators to come on and talk about some of the things that they're doing. So as far as like producers, I had Matthew Fetcher of Audiokit actually on the podcast, who is one of the founders of Audiokit, in fact. So talking about the King of Bass plugin, is a great example of some of the topics that we like to talk about on the podcast as well. Before we get into talking about the King of Bass plugin, you could actually follow me on Instagram and Threads at d.majormusic. That's d._major music. And on X, can't say Twitter no more, but d.mme. So I got the King of Bass plugin up in the App Store. So I do not know when they're going to change the price on this, but as I look here in the App Store, it says right now you could save 75% on the full app for only $4.99, and it comes with a free expansion. So get it while you can. This has been out, I think, for like 2 weeks or so. We're also gonna make a beat using the King of Bass in Logic Pro for iPad, so keep on watching the video for that. Now, outside of this, I did want to say, if you're a fan of the Audiokit apps, I definitely would put this up there with all the rest of the Audiokit apps. I've been kind of following them since they started off with the Audiokit Synth 1 plugin years ago. And then, of course, I mentioned the 808 bass synth. That's going to be a little bit different again than what we have here today. But I mean, you can go in the App Store yourself. I did a video, in fact, on pretty much like the VHS synth. I did one on the Sega synth. I did one on the Bass 808 synth. I also did one on the 909 drum machine that they have here in the Audiokit Pro section of the App Store. But if you're new to iPad music production, go ahead, check out the Audiokit Pro page in the App Store. Their apps are reasonably priced, as well as they have a good overall selection of apps. If you're just looking to build off of whatever you're using. For example, I know a lot of people that use GarageBand, and they may go the audio unit route to kind of build their sound library in some way. And then, Beatmaker 3, same thing as well. Beatmaker 3 doesn't really have a whole lot in terms of synthesizers, and a lot of it is relied up on audio units. So this would be another one that you'd want to look into if you make a lot of instrumentals that you would need 808 bass for. So definitely check that out. Well, before I started the video, I just opened up Logic Pro and I was going through some of the presets as I was mentioning. I always liked the interfaces for a lot of the Audiokit apps, and the reason being is for someone, let's say if you're new to creating beats on the iPad, there aren't a lot of controls that will overwhelm you, and you can go through and see what these knobs do before you start creating. And let's go through, in fact, right now. So you got your volume. Seems like you got a little bit more like kick in your low end with this knob that says the drop. You got a sustain button. That's gonna sustain your notes. And then you got this cutoff knob. Res under analog filter. And this is for distortion. This heat knob right here, or where it says fire, that's going to be distortion. You can see this interface in the center actually change when I move this. So then you got this lo-fi button at the lower left corner, and then you got this crush button, and you can change the depth. Almost looks video game like in some way as well. You got this glide button, LFO button right there that turns on the LFO. You can kind of hear that as well. And here for you to change the types of filters that you're using and waveforms. Yeah, I like the interfaces for the Audiokit Synth 1 app. Now also, don't forget, while you're looking at the interface, you also have this oscillator section right here, which has some more controls here. And in fact, if you want to layer two sounds together, you have access to both preset banks here on this page. And then you got even a built-in sequencer, which reminds me, I believe it was the VHS synth that I remember they had a sequencer for as well. If you do want to work with the King of Bass app in standalone mode and you wanted to create your own loops and maybe export them into something like a Logic Pro or a Beatmaker 3, that's where you can use the sequencer. And then you got this last Pro section, which gives you a section for changing the LFO waveform. And then at the top, right next to the preset menu, there's these two little dice. And usually when you see that in a Audiokit app, that means if you hit it, it's going to randomize a preset. And that's what you get. And then right next to that, you have that little disc button. That means if you want to create your own sounds in the King of Bass app, you can save them to its own like folder, for example, with all the rest of your sounds. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into making a beat using the King of Bass sub 808. I just wanted to come on to make a video about the King of Bass 808 app that recently released by Audiokit Pro on the iPad and iPhone. Have you picked it up recently, or do you plan on picking up the King of Bass 808 app? Let me know in the comments if you have it or if you plan on picking it up, and let me know also what you think about it. Shout out to all the iPad producers out there. Not only here do I cover like iPad music production, but I'm pretty involved as well in the native instrument space with like machine plugins and things like that, machine expansions, as well as same thing on the MPC side. So I thought I would do a video because it's been a while since I did something on iPad music production, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. You can follow me on Instagram once again and Threads at d.mme, and go ahead, hit the like and subscribe button if you like this video, and until next time, I'm out.